Welcome to the #Attitude-Shield podcast, the true mental operating script rewriting program designed for those looking for a change from within. No more hype or sugar-coated promises. This is to-the-point guidance on how to change the way we think to grab the life we always wanted. Are you ready for the change? Now your host, David L. Parker.
Hey, welcome to today's episode of #Attitude-Shield. I am David L. Parker, and I am glad you are here. Got to put my shake away and get ready to do this with you. It's a beautiful day. Look at that sunshine out there. We got the green grass just a-growing, the pine trees. This morning I was out and about, went for a walk again, saw those pink flowering trees. You know, I got to figure out what those pink flowering trees are. Maybe they're dogwoods, maybe they're cherry blossoms, maybe not on a cherry tree. I want to talk to you about some basic building blocks of Attitude-Shield. I want to talk to you about some things that are what I would call normal and specific and expected. Some mindsets that you have to freaking change your brain. First of all, I want to talk to you about be a person of principle. Principle. Today, everybody, I swear, everybody today is all emotional. They're all like, well, this is how I feel about it. Who gives a shit? Being a person of principle, you have to stand for something, which means whether it hurts your feelings or not, whether it's a good thing to do or not, you have to decide. You have to stand on something. You have to fight for what you believe in, not for what social media tells you to fight for. It's like people fighting over politics. It makes no sense at all. You got to fight for what you believe in. And to do that, you got to know what you believe in. What do you believe in? Bitcoin? Mocha latte? Pink hairdos? What do you believe in? What is your belief? What is it? Do you even know? If you don't know, you need to know. Keep your word. I know. It's like people look at me like I've lost my mind when I say these things. Keep your word. Be involved with what you say. I know it's crazy, right? Who would not think that we have to learn to keep our word? Who would not think that? Who would not realize that keeping your word is so important? People lie their asses off every single day. I always say, listen to what a person says, but watch what they do. But you keep your word. If you're going to run around with an attitude shield on your shoulder ready to block the negativity of life, you run around with an attitude shield. You keep your word. You got to believe in something bigger than yourself. If you're the center of your universe is tiny. If you're the number one thing in your universe is unmeasurably tiny. You have to believe in something bigger than yourself. Something bigger than yourself. You have to live with integrity. Don't know what that means? Look it up. You have to live with integrity, right? Yeah, I'm reading my notes. Why wouldn't I be? I sit around and I think about this stuff and I type out this stuff and I put this stuff together to share with you. And I got to read a note every now and then, right? You need to learn to teach and mentor. Give something back to society. Everybody's taking. Everybody's taking. I mean, look right now in my beloved country, the United States of America. You have people out there who will not get a job. It's happening right here in my Black Hills, where if you make $15 an hour, $600 a week. What? Yeah. $15 an hour at 40 hours a week is $600. Well, they're on unemployment at $350 a week, and then they get the federal stimulus unemployment of $300 more. They actually make $50 more not working. But what are you giving back to society? Nothing. You're just draining it. When you do that and you drain it, look, I get it. Who doesn't want to be able to chill out at their house and not work? That's what retirement's all about. but you earn retirement. No president, regardless of what side of the aisle on, can dictate your retirement. You got to teach. You got to mentor. You got to give something back to society. You got to lead from the front. Can you be a leader? It doesn't matter. You know, people say, I was in this group just the other day. We were talking, and they were talking about, well, I have this imposter or poser syndrome. And I'm like, what the are you talking about? How can you be an imposter or a poser or whatever they're talking about if you're being you? This is me. I talk this way. I try to cut down on the F-bombs because I'm, trying to cut down on the F-bombs. But this is me. My hand motion, the way I talk, the way I raise my voice, my inflections. This isn't made to be some kind of show. This is me talking to you about #Attitudeshield, about being real, living with some integrity. Lead from the front. To lead from the front, you got to conquer your fears. But I'm scared. You know what my number one fear in the world is? My number one fear in life. You ready? Small crowds. In other words, live without fear. Be a good friend. A good friend is somebody who's humble, and self-confident. Be a good friend. Keep your word. Back to keep your word. Back to having integrity. I know right now you're saying to yourself, what is he talking about? I'm talking about some principles for your baseline. Some building blocks for Attitudeshield: integrity, being brave, mentoring, teaching, giving something back. Appreciate your friends and family. Listen, some of my family is crazy. And I can't get along with them very much for more than 30 minutes. Mainly because they have no flexibility whatsoever in their mindset. Now, some people could say, well, there's an exception to every rule. Well, does that mean there's an exception to that rule? Where did I go with that? When I say that they're not flexible, it sounds like I'm not flexible. So having integrity makes you go, wait, am I the one being inflexible? Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for your actions. And never, ever, ever forget that if you live in a free country, if you live on the planet, somebody died to give you the right to act the way you're acting. It's just a fact. Somebody died to give you the right the way you're acting. Now, I talk about it often. I want you to figure out how to be self-employed. I want you to figure out how to be a giver, a developer, somebody bringing something to the table, somebody doing something. But remember, if you're going to do something, going to go large scale, you got to be willing to do three things. This is very important. These are building blocks. The first one is you got to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to fail. First attempt in learning, acronym for FAIL. Right? Fail. You got to be willing to fail. You willing to fail? I don't think you are. You have to be willing to think long term. Everybody always, Tony Robbins says it best. We always overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in 5 to 10. And I agree with him 110%. Well, you know what? I can do this in 5 seconds. It's like that old TV show. I can guess that song in 4 notes. Well, I can guess that song in 3 notes. Well, I can change my whole life and the way I look at things in 5 minutes. Bullshit. The third thing that you have to do if you're going to reinvent yourself large scale is you have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to be completely and absolutely misunderstood. I mean, it's just sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's just the way it works. You have to be willing to be misunderstood completely for a long time. There are people that have known me for years that are like, well, I don't understand why you do that YouTube channel now and that podcast thing. I mean, who the hell are you? You're not Tony Robbins. You're not John C. Maxwell. You're not Franklin Covey. Who do you think you are? I don't listen to them people because I don't care what they have to say. I find some things interesting about people when we talk about that. Who the hell are you to do what you do? These are the same people that if you said to them, it cost you $1,000 to start a business to where you could build your own income without a job, they'd say that's too much. But they'll drop $1,000 on a new cell phone, on a new TV set in a second. Same kind of people, because they have no principles. They have nothing to stand on, no foundation, no basis of where they're trying to go. They're the same people that when you tell them, look, for $100 you can eat healthy, they're like, that's too much. That's just too much. But they'll go out to the bar, I run one, and drop dinner and drinks for $100, no problem. What the crap, right? Here's my favorite one. People will watch Netflix for hours. I just want one more episode. But they won't spend 2 hours learning a new skill. They won't spend a couple hours investigating how to knock out a project. But I tell you what, Netflix or the cell phone, let me get in here. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice, right? 2 hours gone like it's nothing. On my iPhone, which, by the way, I just switched to iPhones a little while ago, there's an app that tells me how much time I spend on the phone every week, and I have a target that I don't go above. And so far, I ain't come close. Because I'm not here to spend my life on the phone, right? 2 hours of Netflix or 2 hours in a book, right? I'm reading another book right now. This book is 180 pages long. It's about a Marine who spent some time in Vietnam. And in the same time, you're going to watch 3 or 4 episodes of your next Netflix movie. I'm going to read a book. Which one's going to remember what more? Hey, if you're enjoying the show, please buy me a cup of coffee. I love a cup of coffee. Click the link right below the description. Buy me a cup of coffee. That'd be awesome. And share this on your social media. Maybe put it on your YouTube channel. Maybe put it on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, whatever. Because if we can influence more people together, maybe we can change this place. Maybe we can change this world. Because right now, this world's in need of a lot of change. Wouldn't you agree? And I'm not trying to get you to be a social justice warrior. I think they're full of crap. But there are some things we can change. But the only way we can change them is to admit the true size of the problem. See, this is part of Attitudeshield. Don't worry about the problem. Worry about the solution. But understand that the first step to finding a solution to a problem is identifying how big it is. There are problems in everybody's country that actually is in other countries. That's actually a world problem. So trying to solve it at your level, at your country's level, is dumb. We have to get together and solve it at a world level. The only way we're going to do that, right? Human trafficking is bigger than the Black Hills of South Dakota. It's bigger than South Dakota. It's bigger than the United States. It's bigger than the continental Americas. It's a worldwide problem. But we're not trying to attack it or fix it. We're not putting the energy into the solution at the world level. We're still trying to do it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm using that as a great example, right? Now, I want you to get a mindset. I want you to think about this. People, when you ask them for a favor, it's probably one of the smartest things I've ever read, is when you do a favor for somebody, send them an invoice with your price for what you would usually charge somebody for that labor, that help, crossed out. That way you know you're all about business and that your discount is a favor. See, the problem is we do things for everybody free of charge, which I'm telling you, we should be free of charge. We should. But we should remind each other that nothing's free, that we have to work together. Right? You want to find out how to be at peace? Sorry about the camera shaking. I'm working on that. You can be at peace when you really realize, when you know that your intentions were true, that your best intentions came from a good place in your heart. Now, I wish the very best for everybody. I wish the best for you, even the ones who want nothing more than to spotlight and expose the ugliest parts of my life. I want peace for them. I hold blessings for everybody, especially for the ones who wanted nothing more to see my light turn dark. There are people out there like that. Now, why is that? Because they need it the most. They need peace. And they can't affect mine, see, because mine is personal and it's unbreakable, and I guard it with my life. You cannot break through it. Not going to happen. Now, I want you to start, write this down. Here's what I want you to say. I'm at peace because I know I was always true and had the best intentions, which came from a good place with all my heart. And I wish the very best for everyone. That is an attitude that goes with Attitudeshield that makes sense. It is. That is an absolute marvelous attitude. Now, my whole mindset changed a while back. I don't even have the energy to do with certain things with people anymore. I just got to a point in my life where if something feels like it was draining me or fighting against my peace, my relaxed mind and my happiness, I'm not dealing with it anymore. That's part of Attitudeshield. Your mindset's going to change when you realize you don't really have the energy. You don't need to spend the energy dealing with negative people that are trying to attack you. It just doesn't make any sense. Why are we always putting up with that? Why? Why are we putting up with it? I'll tell you why. Because we're too worried about everybody else's feelings. Because right back to what I said in the beginning of this stuff, it's way about too many feelings. I feel. Do you know what changes you physically in you when you're offended? Nothing changes. It doesn't matter. You're offended or not offended. It doesn't matter. You feel good, you don't feel good. Your emotions, I realize that emotions are important for the human condition. But I sometimes wonder if we'd be better off if we didn't have any. Because how many crimes of passion are there? How many people are angry? How many people are saying things all the time to piss other people off? They're just saying things. Nowadays in the United States, we have a hard time even saying certain things because you want to be called a name. You want to get labeled misogynist, racist, sexist, Islamophobe, Christian phobe, whatever. Because everybody is walking around on eggshells because words, all of a sudden, what happened to when I grew up? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. When the freaking F-bomb and bullshit did that change? Why are you so weak? Why are people so weak? Why are they going, oh, right? I can't take it. You know, I don't even read negative reviews because I don't care. What are they written for? They're written to try to, I'm going to lash out at David L. Parker. I'm going to do my best to hurt his feelings because I don't like what he said, and probably because he said something that made sense to me, and I don't like it. So I'm pissed off, and I'm going to write really nasty stuff about that guy. You know what? I don't give a shit. How can I give a shit? We all have a past. We all made choices. You know what? I made a lot of choices. A lot of them weren't the best ones. None of us are innocent. None of us. Not one F-bombing person on this planet is innocent. We've all made bad choices. But you know what? Every single day when you get out of bed, you get a fresh start. You get to decide if today is the day that you're a better person. You get to say, you know what? I shouldn't have done that, and I'm not going to do it again. I should have done this, and I'll make sure I do that next time. Every time we get to restart. That's one of the beauties about being alive. It's one of the wonderful things about being a human being. Is it doesn't matter what your past says. Your self-worth is not connected to some bullshit that you went through yesterday or a million yesterdays before that. That bullshit is in the past. Why do you think the way that bullshit hits the ground is on the back side of the bowl, not the front side? The way you go caca is on your backside because that's where you've been. Put that shit in the past. What? The human body tells you, don't pay attention to that crap back there. You're going that way. We're going this way. We're going forward. We're going to be a better person. We're going to find a way. We're going to build a hashtag attitude shield. And we're going to get mentally stronger. And we're going to protect our heart. And we're going to take time to be in the present, to receive the present of the present. What? The gift of the present moment. We're going to stay right there. We're going to stay right involved. We're going to stand on our principles. First of all, we're going to find some freaking principles and stop being blown in the wind by whatever Facebook meme popped up today. Because that's what we need to do. Because you know what? You're an incredible human being. You're an amazing person. There's 7.8 billion people on the planet, and there's not another one of you. Not one. Not one. You're the only one. And you got a pass, just like me. Now, grab some principles. Stand on them. Don't sway back and forth in the wind because social media says, well, you shouldn't think that way. You believe what you believe. You research, you learn, and you take things on. And you're going to have an amazing, amazing life. This hashtag Attitudeshield, the mind script rewriting program, because you're never going to talk to anybody more than you talk to you. And you have to know what to say. You have to learn what to say to yourself, and you have to stand on principles. Because if you don't, people who don't stand for something are going to fall for anything. Talk to you next time.
You've been listening to Attitudeshield, your double dose of espresso for your attitude. Check us out on Facebook and on the web at www.attitudeshield.com. Again, thanks for spending this time with us. Between now and when we talk again, keep those shields up, eyes on the target, and always be moving towards your dreams.